inferior beings, looked down upon, scorned, thought of as inferior, is their worst feeling, worst memory. All this circus is to undo that, to hide that, to bury that, to make it go away. As far as all the way to the opposite, to be adored, adorned, worshipped, invited to everything, welcomed everywhere. Feel me? So, as I was saying, as I was saying, so I have no rhythm. Gotta get rid of that music that is really has rhythm because it gives me away. So, what is rhythm? Patterns, series. I can't stay on pattern. I can't switch patterns. To be able to switch patterns is rhythm. A constant note is not a rhythm, and a repetitive note is not a rhythm. And that's where it's stuck. So what they did was put all these beats and sounds in there. So no matter where you put your foot down, you putting your foot down on time to something. It was called disco. It's been called house, trance, all kinds of stuff. Dun 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 dun. People who cannot do not know the value of a pause still be lost. So now compensating. It's a point we're being made here. Um, you, your butt's big, and I don't have a butt by comparison. So I gotta do something about that. I don't know what you're going around saying, hey, you assless, whatever, like you did in the beginning. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put drugs on you that eat your butt up. Just suck your butt up. Crack and whatever, your butt just disappear. And all the time while your butt's disappearing, I'm gonna be taking stuff out of your lips and putting it in injecting it in my butt and putting other little things. I'm gonna be putting implants in my butt while your butt getting sucked up from crack. All right, I'm gonna switch places because I don't want to be looked down on anymore. Now, at the end of this should be what has pissed me off with the latest events. Right now, my skin is breaking out, itching. Right after I put in a report that I was on to their skin problem, right? The form of leprosy, that your nose and ears don't fall off but granular, that you call dust, but it's still skin and it's still the same disease. As long as I pretended I didn't know, was no problem. But the minute that I showed that I knew and I published it, oh man, I seen everybody. Right now my face is itching. You know what's behind that? The same thing behind that mysterious disease. The bumps with no pus in them, the pimples or whatever bumps. When did bumps not have something inside of them? And when did they feel like they were crawling around or alive, like like lice or something under your skin? This is like, hey, if everybody has skin problem, they won't mind that I got skin problem. If if you can die from sleeping with anyone, then they won't mind it. Sleeping with me is hazardous to their health and the children that are born. See the plot? It's way beyond the ones that are living now. These were some really great evil minds. Put a lot of them in a, what do you call it? A relay. You know, in a relay to create this thing. And they had a lot of help by advanced minds. It seemed like a good plan at the time, but seems is the operative word, because now the jig is up. Now, when the world finds out you've been handicapping everyone just so they won't mind you walk with a limp, what do you think they're gonna do to you? See, not such a good plan. Doesn't seem like such a good plan anymore. Um, Seemed like someone didn't think this through. Oh, it's like all criminals. They didn't think they would get caught, or they never would have attempted it. And so, back on track, the number of handicaps and things that are done for this reason paramount to the most heinous crimes ever done to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Um, it's so sophisticated that it, it makes people do it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, looked upon as ugly, feeble. Oh, your veins are showing through your skin. Oh, whatever. Oh, look at your. What is that, hair? No, that's fur. That's not hair, that's fur. And won't, all right? To some kind of way, I woke up and everybody wanted to look like them on TV walking around. It never did catch in my mind. You know, the anorexic, bony white girl supermodel just never attracted me that way because I saw it for what it is. But everyone else was like, she's the shiznick. And it began to get real clear like, hey, what kind of mind fuck are you under, dude? Um, um, are we looking at the same picture? You know, and so I come to find out this is what it was, a big Jedi mind trick, big series of Jedi mind trick. Matter of fact, that's the trick. That's the ability to stand in the shade, and you will swear for a moment you saw someone else. You saw a black person. You don't. I know you remember that move. Everyone's experienced sometime. You're like, how the hell could I mistake this person for a black person? You know, it's the, it's the power of illusion. It's all magicians got. You know, they didn't give them no real power because they were scared of them, I guess, having some power. We're not going to give these crazy fools a real gun. We're going to give them magic. And they'll pull all this off with trickery and magic. Because we can't give them any real weapons. Their history, their savage and stuff, they'll use them on us. And so they don't have any really weapons. You think that, oh, you like, what do you mean, man? They got this and they got that. You're like, let me try to explain to you. A big gun is still just a gun. It's the same as a little gun. All right. What is a little gun? All right. What is a gun, period? Okay. A gun is people who say they've been here for millions of years, hundreds of thousands, however long they say they've been here, and they're still throwing rocks. That's what a gun is. All right. It's a little lead rock shooter, a gunpowder slingshot. It throws a little lead rock at you, just faster and harder than 1,000 years ago. But it's still a rock. They're still throwing rocks. That's their advanced weapons. And we have big rocks too. We have big rocks. Call them rockets. Oh man, they're a joke. Really, they're a joke like the aliens on The Simpsons. They're a joke, dude, for real. And you've been had. The weakest person on the planet is walking around with his chest out and his chin up like he's the biggest, baddest, toughest person. But if you scratch him, he'll bleed. He's hemophiliac. All right. He's so skin thin that if he stand out in direct sunlight, he'll begin to peel like a vampire, where the nickname came from. Now, what I'm saying is, Not that that's bad nor good, because there is no such thing as bad or good. But it just is a fact that this creature was so ashamed of this or whatever that it did all these atrocities to cover it and hide it. That's ludicrous. That's like 100% insane. That gets you the insane trophy. You're a real nut job. Man, who would destroy peoples and worlds and all kind of stuff just because they was embarrassed by some kind of nutcase? I don't know, but anyway, uh, that's it in a nutshell. Now you can get mad at these people and whatever, but the simple cave people, they could not have pulled this off on their own. You need to focus on help. Help by who? Who would help someone do this? You're gonna come up. You're gonna come up with a few different scenarios. Someone who felt kinship to him, felt sorry for him, maybe, because they remind them of them once upon a time or in parents or something. And someone outcast or whatever with so much hatred for his own kind, he wanted to just do the worst thing he could do to him. Put him on the bottom, torture him, make your life hell, all for what they did to him because he was insane. All right, you're gonna run across that one, and you're gonna run across, um, I'm always gonna close with something that has a gold seal on it. This time, it's irony. You take someone and you retard their mind, right? You want to be smarter than them, so you down teach them. You you make sure there's no way possible they can be as smart as you because you made up a game. And they'll never be as good at that game as you because you made it up. Like you made up a language. And no one will ever be able to master it better than you because you made it up and you still can add to it and make it up better any day you want to. They'll always be playing catch up. Here's irony. So you down teach these people and retard them where they're lesser intelligence, right? But they have some inner traits that you admire so much you're still mimicking them, which is stupid on your part because now you done made a retard that you're copying. All right, so you're looking retarded too because you're mocking a person with brain damage. And you're when you want to walk and talk and be cool just like them, and they're fucked up. That whole thing of cool is a fucked up mental state, a mental illness. Cool? What the fuck? Anyway, anyway, now you're fucked. You fucked yourself. Now you're stuck on stupid too. And I'm talking to you like you're stupid. How did that happen? Um, it's irony, but and many other names, karma, many other phrases. What goes around, come around. You reap what you sow, and my favorite one that I invented: whatever your fist hits your fist. You know, all them people who claim they want to fight, look at their knuckle, but by the look of their knuckles, look like they lost. The black envelope. Really though, it shouldn't have to be this way. People shouldn't plot handicaps into your clothing and shoes because they seem inept by comparison physically. They're not the athlete or the dancer or whatever you are, so they're going to impair you. I don't know. There's no word for that. It's way past assault. It's way past, man, attempted what? What is that? Man, what is that? I'm only having 2 kids, you're having 10 and 12. Well, let me put something inside of you to knock that number down? What kind of shit is that, man? And how does anybody expect to get away with something like that? That proves they're insane right there. Who would even think they could? Man, oh, I know what they're gonna say. Things got out of hand. We didn't plan to kill all the fish, all the birds, pollute all the air and the water, and kill all the plants, and dominate and suppress all the people. It just kind of one thing led to another. Man,